Hello, y'all. I'm back again with a clip that I came across that was actually um, kind of shocking to me, and I just want to give a couple thoughts on this video. But we have a sister in Washington D.C. that came into town, I guess, or whatever, to celebrate Pride Week, and she ended up being accosted and basically pretty much like assaulted by security officers for the company. But let's go ahead and take a look at the video, and then I will be back with some response and some opinions. Is it gonna play? Why am I not on? Okay, here we go. Or maybe not. Here we go. Hold on. But it's crazy. It's crazy, y'all. It's crazy. Like I can't even believe. Well, I can't really be too shocked. I just seen like a 60-year-old being dragged out. I might play that video too. Now let me play that again. As y'all can see, full like hand wrapped around like how you see how girls getting into fights or whatever, or whenever you see somebody pull hair. That's exactly what this security guard did her. That's what happens. You don't got no answer. Okay. Okay. So my first opinion on this video is the fact that we see that when one of the brothers jumped in to help this sister, or to jump on the security guard that was dragging her by her hair, we see some other brothers jumping on him trying to pull him off the security guard. Now, why y'all pulling him off the security guard instead of jumping in helping against the security guard? And then that leads me to something else about the video. The fact that we hear all these people in the background saying like, "Oh my God, oh my God." That should have been like an uproar right there. That without the race even being involved in it, the fact that it was a woman being like drugged by her hair down steps by this like huge, enormous man. Like where they do that at, and just everybody just stand around and just like, "Oh my God, oh my God." Which leads me to another point that I kind of been saying, and I kind of actually feel bad about. But the black man is pretty much viewed kind of as like punks, because where would you feel like you could have the right to even do that? I mean, you have to think that nothing was going to happen to you. You didn't think that anybody was going to jump in and react like that. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that you felt inclined that you could even do that is like beyond me. It shows you where the mentality is, towards us, or how much they think that we value our women, pretty much. That they would think that they could do that, do something like that, and then that would be okay, that would be acceptable, and that nobody would intervene. You know what I'm saying? And then there's something else that made me think too with the video, is this is like a known bar. Like I guess this bar has been known for white supremacy. Well, they posted up the Blue Lives Matter flag. And they've had other issues where patrons have been attacked. So then they did a protest and everything, You know, there was a huge protest. Nellies Sports Bar in Washington D.C. is where this happened at. It's a gay bar, and she was there celebrating Pride. And supposedly, they thought that all this happened over the fact that they thought that she snuck a bottle into the club. But come to find out, she wasn't even the correct person that actually snuck the bottle in. But the fact that even if she had actually did sneak in the bottle, you grabbed her by her hair and drug her down steps like a whole man um, did that. But the only thing I can say honestly that I feel a little bit different about this protest versus other protests, because they had a large protest. Um, they're actually wanting that establishment closed down because, like I said, I guess it has a history um, of behaviors against the black community. See, that's why I say it's B1. That's why I say forget Democrat, Republican, sexual orientation, all that. They're gonna see that black skin before they see anything else. But one thing that I do question about that's different when we protest about just outright injustices or things that that's brought to us. Sometimes as blacks we put ourselves in those situations, like with this bar being a known, like I kind of on one end, people probably get mad. On one end, I definitely disagree with a man how he handled her. Like 100%, that's 100% wrong. But then on the other hand, I kind of want to say I get mad and a little upset when I see black people giving money, keep going to places where they're discriminated against, where they're mistreated, but you just keep taking your money there. And so then on that hand, I damn near want to like slap you my own self. You get what I'm saying? So to one extent, 100% wrong. And I'm glad that the brother jumped in, the man jumped in and got to putting some work in on him pretty much. But at the same token, why if this bar has a reputation of white supremacy and discriminating against blacks, why would blacks continue to take their money to this establishment? You're basically asking for them to do something to you. Expect now, come on now. The biggest sign that they could let you know was when they put up a Blue Lives Matter like flag, and that was like in the news for this bar for them putting up a Blue Lives Matter. Everybody knows that Blue Lives Matter is anti Black Lives Matter. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not saying that all black people are against, the police or what I'm saying, but I'm just saying if you put up a Blue Lives Matter sign, then that is a statement of saying that you stand with blue lives and not with Black Lives Matter because of the court how everything moved in a direction. So that's what those statements represent. So why would you be in there spending money? And see, this is why I keep going back to there's plenty of black people going to that establishment. So why isn't someone in deep Washington D.C. is predominantly black? So why isn't there a black gay sports bar? This is what I keep saying. In our communities, you got to quit supporting this businesses like that. Like Washington D.C. as many black people as there, the same people that's patronizing that bar, taking their money into that bar, all the black people, because it was hella black people in that bar. So why isn't there a black gay bar? And I'm sure there are. Why aren't y'all at that one? And if y'all don't like that one, why haven't y'all opened up a new one? Like there's really no excuse. And so when you go into there and they pull you down by your hair, then in my opinion, you kind of deserve it. Just like when we got the sisters going into the Asian salons and getting their nails done, and then when Asians want to slap you or something like that, after we people keep telling you don't go in there, don't spend it, and spend your money with other sisters or black men, whoever. You know what I'm saying? But I'm about to show you this. Now, this is what I would constitute. Now, this is something that would definitely need to be protested. Now, this is by no fault of her own. Okay, now check this story out. Now, see, that's why I say it's a difference in what we protest and what we put our energy in. Now, definitely, you should be pissed and upset that they did that to her. But sometimes we put ourselves in those situations, and then we end up seeing the fruit of the situation that we put ourselves in. Now, this is a 60-year-old grandmother works for the school system on her way to a funeral, and she unfortunately don't have the mindset like a lot of black people. When we see the police, we assume they're coming after us or that they're behind us trying to follow us. And so that in this case, that actually was her mistake. The police was behind her, had the lights on, and she just assumed, because she works with the school system, 60-year-old, a grandmother, not violating any laws. And so she's just like, well, I know that the police aren't, they're not behind me, but they were. And so I guess they followed her for like 5 or 10 minutes. She claimed she had her music on. Is the reason why she, didn't hear and she wasn't paying attention and didn't really, think that they were coming after her, but they were. And you see how they pulled her out. Now just imagine what man at that building at that age would pull a 60-year-old woman out of her vehicle by her hair. Like I just said, just keep showing this could be anybody's grandmother. This could be your grandmother today, your grandmother tomorrow. That's somebody's grandmother that happened to. And like I say, it'll go to court. They'll say it's either they'll make the decision whether or not that's considered right or wrong. Even though we can clearly see that's the other thing I don't like, the fact that somebody's going to tell you whether or not it was right or wrong for these three big men to be on a senior citizen, pull a senior citizen out by her hair, slam her to the ground, rough her up. You know what I'm saying? We got to wait for somebody to tell us if that was acceptable or not. And if they say that it's acceptable, then hey, it's acceptable. We just go on. Our family doesn't do anything about it. Nobody else doesn't. It's just okay. They said that it was legal, so therefore it is legal. It was right. Forget what I see with my eyes. Forget me seeing a 60-year-old pulled out by her hair, out of her vehicle and slammed to the ground, you know. But anyway, that's why I was saying it's the difference between protests. Now, that's the way this woman was treated, that was brought to her. You know what I'm saying? The other sister, she put herself in that situation because you shouldn't have been in that establishment, in my opinion, in the first place. When they put up the Blue Lives Matter um, flag and they was in the news, and there's been other instances in the news with them, then you shouldn't have been there. So um, that's all for now. I'm going to be putting up another video, and I would just hope that everybody will either like the video or subscribe to the video or both. This is basically a channel where I just give my opinion on different news stories or anything that's going on. So thank you very much for watching.